Hello. Sorry I'm late. I see that Shuni got the thumbs up, but oh man, I had an emergency, family emergency. When when COVID hits the family, you gotta take your measures, you gotta take your tests. Oh man, that was one hell of a ride right now. So let's get straight to the point because I know that I'm very late and we need to discuss it. Um yeah. Could Modern Warfare benefit from an open world game? You know, Halo's doing it for its campaign. Uh, but for our sake, in a sense of way, we're gonna focus it on multiplayer because in campaign Halo, well, you understand it's a ring or sometimes it's an area of combat that you need to traverse. For its storytelling, it's very unique. It's very helpful. It actually helps you as a developer and as a story writer. It actually helps you develop in towards the the story, the lore of the game itself, where's it going, how has it been going, if it has a time period, from the last game to this one, like 2 3 years. In this case, it seems like Halo 5 from Halo Infinite's like 2 3 years almost. Um, if not, then you can correct me in the comments. But um, for Call of Duty, an open world campaign, no, no. What what I actually can do, and it was seen in a sense of way with zombies in Cold War with Outbreak, is that you had like, oh, right now it's like 6 maps, but it's open world. You can choose the missions, or you can choose to do the side missions, the side quests, in order for you to gain more zombie points or more the other stuff. For upgrading weapons, equipment, kill streaks now, within the zombies, which is actually pretty cool. That benefit a lot Cold War zombies, and it was a way to actually make a storytelling. Because it fitted the narrative of zombies within Call of Duty, within Cold War. Um, but for Modern Warfare, an open world game, well, actually, game mode, it could benefit. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with it. Campaign wise, it can't be done because what Call of Duty is that even though we have missions that are like days or weeks from each other, but it's more so because during those days or weeks, you have, in military terms, you gotta set up the thing. You gotta arrive, set up the stuff, your gear, plans of evacuation, and everything. It's very cut and dry within the Call of Duty campaigns how it is. Well, except Vanguard. Vanguard is a piece of garbage in campaign storytelling. But that's another that's another time. Um, for campaigning, it wouldn't work, but it would have worked if Vanguard would have done what Battlefield 1 did, that you can choose whichever campaign mission you wanted to do. It was in this global scale of World War I. You chose, even though it gave you like a certain order, but you could go back and repeat it, and it didn't matter because it didn't impact the other missions because it was another timeline. Well, not timeline. It's more so it was another date, and it was not related to the other ones, even though they were within World War I. But Sledgehammer says no. Says we're gonna create our own fictional way of telling World War II, which is going to be redunculous, and you're going to like it, and I don't like it. Right now, speaking of, they're having issues. The primary sales right now on the UK are down very much, and they're going to try to blame it that, oh well, people are going back to work, or getting out of the house. It's like, no, it was very unappealing since the very start, and everybody didn't want to return. I remember when the teaser trailer for the Call of Duty Vanguard hit. I mean, it looked okay and everything, but everybody was like, "No, why go back to World War II? We want a modern setup. We want to continue, the story in a sense of way between Cold War and Modern Warfare those years." Nobody wanted to go back to World War II, so yeah, and that was a problem that I highlighted in that stream discussing the trailer. This was that nobody nobody wanted it, and greenlighting shit before even. It's like, no, Activision has to adapt that. It has to go on a moment. If it's a modern setup, modern setup. I'm sorry. Um, Nobody wants to go back to World War II. They want modern or future setup. And if you go back to Cold War, it has to be non-related to Black Ops universe. So, but going back to it, campaign-wise, it can be done. It can't. Too many issues. For the way that Call of Duty campaigns are, it won't work. Where it can work in a sense of way would be like multiplayer, but on that sense, it would be more so like a game mode for Warzone, kind of like Plunder, but instead of searching for money, you search for key items. Like the intel missions before the integration to Cold War, um, and the Easter eggs for the bunkers. That would have been, you know, great. Would have been awesome. As a game mode, like a detective, you go in, you go and search, and even if you encounter, um, you can get the kills, and if you get a kill of a team wipe of the enemy team, you get the intel they have, kind of like that, you know, who can collect the files or who can download this, download that, and extract it from here. Um, So, yeah, in Warzone, like a kind of like a spy game, it could have benefited. Um, for multiplayer on a single Call of Duty, mm, I see it tough. I think it would be more so like we had on zombies in the outbreak, but instead of zombies, it would have been I think missions more so, or go in and like actually, you know what? Like Spec Ops, you go in, you deploy, and then in a setup, it can be uh online or it can be offline with your three buddies, or a party of six. You know, uh, you go into the new Warzone map as you can make it and do the operations. Uh, and you can choose your vehicles. Besides your loadout, your perks, and your uh, equipment, it could have been like that, you know, like a Spec Ops, but more freely instead of Operation this, Operation that, and you start like this, you start like that. It's like, no, I want change, but so beneficial it can be. It just has to be constructed, and I think more so if you're going to implement it in just one game mode, it can actually work. But if we want to copy Wildlands, there's one issue. Ghost Recon Wildlands, what it had was the campaign was strictly within the open world. You choose, you navigate, you collect your weapons. Instead of you leveling up as a soldier, because there was no levels in a sense of way, it was more so like you had traits, and those traits you boost them each now and then. Like your stamina, your sprint, how much ammo you carry, how undetectable you are, your allies, and almost like an MMO. Well, not an MMO, like an RPG element added to it, but different, only affecting the soldier, not the surroundings within you. But the effectiveness of the soldier was more so towards the abilities that you naturally have as a special guy, and you just upgraded them. Not to the redunculousness of what games tend to be sometimes, but you understand it. There was no multiplayer per se in it. The only thing that you can go like a multiplayer is because of you interacting with other three guys, either your friends or unknowns that landed in your same thing, and they can do their own missions. But the problem obviously was that if one accepted the mission or do a mission, everybody had to do that mission. And it was like, I wanted to do this one in my part, and you navigate this one. It was a mess. So it was preferable to actually play with friends instead of unknowns. Um, but yeah, that was like the MP part of it more so. Beneficial to multiplayer? No, more so like a solo type campaign. But if you had your buddies, it could be like a fun way to do mission, or a very military type play that you can get with your friends. Um, One of the things though that I think benefited more so Wildlands was not only the exploration of the place, but also in a sense of way forcing you to explore the whole map in order for you to search for attachments on several weapons, because even though you collected a muzzle brake, it's not the muzzle brake of a certain LMG, or if it's a certain SMG, and you had to go here and there and up and down. But within those searches, you could find intel correlated towards the game, um, that could give you, a little bit more of background information of lore within the game. Um, it could help you set up a mission very differently. Um, Also, it could grant you like this skill points in order for you to actually enhance your soldier's abilities, and that actually was helpful. Like the concept that they did it was still in the realm of single player campaign. The only aspect of multiplayer is just you and your friends in the same place online, and no one else can invade you. No one else can attack you. So yeah, it's beneficial. Um, what I've been hearing, in this Modern Warfare 2 leaks, since we're discussing open world, is the escape from Tarkov, element that they're going to try to add to it. It's an open world in the sense of way to escape from Tarkov, but you got your buddies with you. I don't know how they're going to implement it, because let's say you spawn in with your favorite rifle, favorite camo, with favorite attachments, your setup perks, your kill streaks if they let you have any, or if not, just your lethal and field upgrade and a tactical, and then you get killed and you lose everything, you know, and you spawn in again and you only have a pistol or a knife. Most people won't like it, because escape from Tarkov is sometimes like that. Is like, oh, you get killed, you gotta find everything of what you had again, and then collect more. So it's too grindy, too, yeah, too nasty. And it feels almost like hardcore. I get it. It's more tactical and everything, but I've seen it only on PC, and I'm not a PC player. I haven't seen it on console. I think it can be because of the power of what it has and everything. Plus, it doesn't have. Well, it has one of my favorite rifles, but I cannot add it an M203 on their slung. So damn. Yeah. But anyhow, it's you know little things here and there, and yeah. And anyway, could it benefit? Yeah, it can. Done properly, actually. And it has to be like an objective uh, type, more so. Um, Not so much like Escape from Tarkov, but more so like, how to put it? You against others to try to fight you for extraction, but there's no closing circle. It's more so, um, how to put it? I would have put it more so like you spawn in, like in battle royale, in Warzone, but instead of a closing circle, you have a limited time to actually collect an intel that is located in one part or in a few parts in the first kind of a ring, and then it closes down and closes down, the circle, but not the gas one. More so like the intel is here, the intel is here. Whoever collects all 10 pieces or the certain number of pieces of intel, you can say, hey, we have collected the intel, we're ready to extract. Oh, but you got to rendezvous to a certain point. So, and there's going to be teams that can collect all the intel and everything, but then there's going to be other teams hunting you that you have the intel. Like you collect them and you have certain number of intel on you, and you got killed and you lose intel, and that team can grab it and can scale up the information and everything. The intels they collect until they get 10 and says, oh, rendezvous point is over here. Could be across the map or could be nearby, but it would be more so like player infested area. So I would have I would have made a mode in Warzone. It would have been awesome if and and it can be awesome if it's going to be implemented on this new mode that they're trying to do in Modern Warfare 2, Roman numeral. Yeah, because we got differentiate the two. Um, so yeah, in that sense of regard. Um, but hey, oh man, Trinity's not here. Um, but anyhow, mm, so update on real life. Well, at the beginning of the stream, very shady. Well, not very shady, just getting passed by it. Um, there's a Halo Infinite beta, and I'm curious on how it's going to be. And I know it's Call of Duty channel, but you got to check the competition. And speaking of competition, Battlefield 2042 just dropped the ball. Oh man, buggy, glitchy. Not graphics don't look like they were promised. Game modes are a mess. If Vanguard dropped the ball, this guy's dropped it hard. So that's a shame, actually. Um, it's very shameful that Call of Duty. Well, my opinion since Sledgehammers never knew what Call of Duty is. They try to make their own versions instead. They go flopping. There's a reason what there's a Call of Duty formula, and they didn't know how to do it properly. So it's like the guy that is commissioned to paint a snake, and it adds legs and horns and unnecessary shit to it that makes it not like a snake. So yeah. Um, and with Battlefield, it's like the same. It's like, oh, the competition failed and made a snake. Oh, I can make a snake, and it's like, you just made a line. That's not a snake. So yeah. With Halo, well, Halo seems to take this year's competition of FPS. Um, so we're gonna have to wait and see if Vanguard can recuperate its. I don't know. I think they never had momentum. I think everybody was just waiting for the new Warzone map and the anti cheat. At this point, even though many people say, "Oh well, I like it," it's like you're hating. It's like no, you dedicated yourself to a very inferior Call of Duty that was Cold War because of its movement, its graphics, and everything. It was a hybrid engine. Uh, that's why I never touched it, except for leveling up Cold War, but for Warzone. Um, Me playing it like over and over and over again would no. That's why I have Modern Warfare, a very superior Call of Duty, even though it's a year before Cold War. But and I think I said it in one of my streams. My favorite developer will be Infinity Ward. Somehow they know how to make campaigns even better than Treyarch. I think the last campaign Treyarch made that was awesome, that blew my mind, Black Ops 2. Because even Cold War, Ahmed pointed out issues, Corey Ink Slasher pointed out issues, many others, including myself, had pointed out the issues that it have and the miscues. Even Sarge and Sergeant's Corners, like there's so many missed opportunities, so many references for the past one in Black Ops 1 to the one that was in the future, this Black Ops 2. So yeah. Anyways, um sorry I was late. Real life hits you. And hey, if you enjoy, like, share, subscribe. There's gonna be a stream tomorrow. Yeah, 2 p.m. Central. Don't. And well, we're gonna talk about, since the leaks are coming and everything. I think it's time to discuss if Call of Duty has outclassed the competition, or be even with the competition, or being very less in the competition in its years. Because right now the competition wanted to take its throne, and the only one that can actually take it this year. I'm not saying that it has, but this year, going out, it's going to be Halo Infinite for the looks of it. So, and we're going to discuss it. We're also going to discuss, man, why sometimes Call of Duty gets bipolar. But hey, uh, when I meant bipolar is more so like a new Call of Duty hits. Sometimes it divides the audience. Sometimes it doesn't. Like everybody that was a fan of Call of Duty when Modern Warfare 2 hit, everybody in Call of Duty was like, ah, and everybody that bought that Call of Duty was like, ah. Same with Black Ops 2, it was like, holy shit, and So yeah. Anyways, like, share, subscribe. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. We're gonna discuss, you know, how divisive was each Call of Duty and the competition that it had each one each year. You know. So, Shuni, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it was late. Um. Anyways, stay safe. Take care of yourself and each other. Well, each other means your loved ones. All right.